Hey there, I am Chris Palmer. In today's off-page SEO video, what I'd like to share with you is some do's, some don'ts, some pluses, some negatives to off-page link building utilizing 301 redirects. Now, before I get into the video, please check out services.chrispalmermarketing.com for all your SEO needs. Now, let's go ahead and get into this video. I don't want to waste too much time here, but this comes about from my good friend here, Adrian. He said, can I redirect unlimited expired domains to my site? How many's too much, Chris? Well, that's an excellent question. Thank you for asking that question. And what I want to do is I want to give you an example of a site that perhaps might have used too many 301 redirects in their SEO campaign. Now, I cannot divulge the exact site, but I can show you all the analytics. I can show you what went good. I can show you what went bad. And of course, I'll give you some tips so you can start utilizing 301 redirects for your advantage for your link building and off-page SEO. So let's go ahead and get into this. So the very first thing that I want to go ahead and share with you here is this right here. So as you can see here on this particular website that I'm laying out with you, the primary link building, not the primary, pretty much the only link building strategy for this particular domain that I'm showcasing here was 300 plus. I think it was like 317 or 324 301 redirects were sent to this site. All right. Now, a majority of them were of the backlinks that were generated. They built a lot of 301 redirects. So they purchased a lot of sites and redirected them in. They purchased a ton, but only a few really ended up panning out for this particular website for the actual power, for the actual backlinks. Now, there's 300 plus. When you take a look at this, you can see that a extraordinary amount of backlinks was built really fast, and this was primarily only done with 301 redirects. And as you can see here, just in this month alone, there was 46,000. Okay, they went from 0 to 100 really quick. There was 46,000 referring domains built. All right, and as you can see here with this graph here, and what I went ahead and I did is I went ahead and I blew this up just so you could see this. 13 million backlinks. You can see that this was a massive spike all of a sudden. And a majority, I mean, 95% of the backlinks that were sent to this site, again, was done with hundreds of 301 redirects, multiple domains, and all in a relatively short period of time, to the tune of millions of backlinks and thousands of referring domains. All right, so I want to go ahead and showcase that to you. Now, again, let's just keep moving on. Now, here's some of the issues with this particular strategy. And of course, let me lay out for you, this can be effective. It is not uncommon for brands to go out of business and larger conglomerates to go ahead and purchase them and take them under their wing. Right? So if I'm, say, John's blender company and Joe's blender company goes out of business, I can acquire that website and 301 redirect it to my website. And this is very, very, very common. So are satellite websites or sister websites, like little mini PBNs for large websites. Like large websites have dozens of sites. So it's the same with 301s. Like, hey, I bought this company, I bought this one, I bought this one. It's not uncommon. Okay, now here's some of the issues and why I feel that this website had a big problem. Because like I mentioned before, yes, there was 300 plus 301 redirects built to this website. And as you can see here, the authority score, and this is actually a SEMrush. I took a shot of this before this video. If you take a look, yes, the authority score was very high, as you can see here. The authority score skyrocketed, all right? And as you can see here, this particular website, after doing the 301s, was getting an extraordinary amount of traffic, as you can see here. As you can see right here, 2 million visitors, and this is all organic. And mind you, this website did not have that many pages, okay? They had a few, and they were getting a lot of traffic, okay? But if you take a look right here, right, that's not a lot to be able to get all of this traffic. In any case, look at the amount of overall backlinks, the overall referring domains, and all of this was built in a very short period of time. They had a really good run. I mean, a great run. But still, the longevity did not last. And this was due to a few things that I want to point out. So to answer your question, the original question, how many backlinks can I build, or how many 301 redirects can I build as backlinks? There is no limit. But there is a recommendation, all right? And that's what we're going to talk about here. So let's talk about a little bit more about this right now, okay? So again, here's some more of the issues. Now, when they built these in, as you can see, this particular website has nothing to do with free blogger templates, assignment help. These are the anchor texts, and this is one of the common issues. You need to be very mindful. The empty anchor text is fine. Generic terms can be fine. But if you're going to be buying a massive amount of expired domains or auction domains, you want them to be in the relative space that you're in. When I have 7% of nearly 1 million backlinks, 7% or 6% in this instance, of backlinks coming in or votes coming into a website, that the primary keywords for my site, which is actually about it's SEO, but it's supercar news and pictures, and I have nearly 1 million links saying supercar news and pictures. Do you see where the problem could be? Or maybe not at first, but it could be. So be mindful of the anchor texts if you're going to use a mass 301 redirect strategy. So that's one piece I want to point out. Now, another one that I want to point out too is after they built a lot of these links, we had a lot of links that were built, and then all of a sudden they just stopped. So they were building, but they did not continue with their strategies. And I have a massive inclination that it's just like regular link building. I mean, if your velocity of links is tens of thousands, and that's what you start and you keep going, you should have a relative velocity of links. You can't just build 10 million links and then all of a sudden the very next day just stop, all right? Or, month one, if you take a look here, this is 1,600 lost, and that's another piece too that I want to point out, which is why I did this. This is the lost amount. When you're building them in like that, you're going to start losing a lot of links, and it could be valuable links. So this is why I bring up the point. If you start doing this, you have to keep this flow going. I mean, maybe not to the tune of, where you want to build 1 million and then 1 million next month and the 1 million again, but at least keep the flow coming in is what I'm getting at. All right, so let's keep moving on. Now, if we take a look in here, all right, this is the top pages, and this is one of the tips that I want to go ahead and give you of where I feel that they messed up. All right, so I remove the actual domain, and this is another tip that I want to go ahead and give you, is that the distribution was not equal. All right, so if you take a look here, when you have referring domain counts, 13,000 to the home page, 4,000 here, 3,000, 3,000, 2,000, it's almost like they started and then later on in the campaign they realized, oh hey, we better get some distribution here to build up the overall website authority instead of just the primary homepage. So if I have to run back, all right, what we talked about today, in today's video, all right, first and foremost, to answer the question that was asked, all right, can you build, or is there a limit to building out 301 redirects? In this case, this particular website did hundreds, my friend, of 301 redirects, It's a primary ranking strategy. It was for this particular brand and website. And if you take a look at this, we are talking thousands of referring domains. Like, look at this backlink spike. Boom! Right up. All right. On top of that, if you take a look at this, which is even more, this is what's really remarkable here. Not only is there almost no limit, but look at the benefit that this particular website saw. So to answer your question, no, there's not a limit. You need to be very mindful, however, of the votes that are coming in, not to get you off of topic. If you understand categories of backlinks, make sure you're in the right category. And if you're going to be buying in bulk, try to make sure that the overall amount of votes that are coming in isn't about supercars when you're trying to rank for blenders. Okay? You see what I'm saying? On top of that, the last but not least, the tip is you need to not only have a steady velocity. I mean, it's not mandatory, but you need to at least make up for the amount of link loss. So loss of velocity over time. And then, of course, the biggest one that I really want to give you too is if you're going to be buying 3 domains for the action of 301 redirecting, make sure that you're distributing the power equally across the site. Do not just favor one page or a page that you want to rank. Increase the amount of internal links and build into other pages. And also, too, another helpful hint that could certainly help you out if you're thinking about doing scaled 301 redirect link building or acquisition of websites. You know, what I would focus on too is make sure, all right, here, let's go ahead and lay this in here. If you're going to be doing this, https://yoursite.com/buffer page. Okay, so try to have a buffer page or a page that you can send some links to, because if something happens, perhaps you were to get some type of action, a manual action, or if anything were to happen, you never want a mess that you cannot clean up. All right, so build yourself some internal buffers. Make sure you're distributing the power equally. Make sure if you're going to crank up the velocity, don't just turn off the spigot. Last but not least, do not forget about the anchor text or the votes that are coming in. Try to go generic, stay off brand, at least stay on topic. Keep your eyes peeled for the overall topical category of the backlinks that you're buying. And of course, check out services.chrispalmermarketing.com. And I look forward to seeing you in the next Off-Page SEO 301 link building video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.